Hello, everyone. This is Chala, Dincoy, CEO and founder of The Repositioning Expert. We're here again with another edition of my podcast, the Naked Marketing Podcast, where we get naked and honest with our marketing mistakes. Here with me today is the lovely Jeannie Moravits Smith. Welcome, Jeannie.
Oh, welcome. Thanks so much for having me.
It's my pleasure. And it's such an exciting time for you. And we're going to talk about that. But first, let's understand who you help and what you do for a living.
So I help leaders build their dream team so they can earn massive profits. And what that means is I come in, evaluate leaders. It could be their energy. It could be their communication style. It could be their policies and procedures and how the organizations run. Maybe their culture needs a little bit of a revamp and identification. And then we work together through coaching and consulting to up their game.
That is wonderful. So do you actually bring the, do you do the actual sourcing of the people, or is the team in place and you up the game of the team?
It can actually be both. So if I come in and I partner with a CEO and he may say, I feel I have a good team, but I'm just not sure. I feel there's more for us to do, but I'm not getting it. So I'll work with him. I'll talk to the members of the team. It may be time for someone to exit the organization. And I have found in my decades of experience that the people who are asked to go, they actually shine brighter elsewhere. So it's just timing wise. So then, so it's both. And then I can actually say, oh, you need to hire somebody for this role. And when I was doing a lot of HR work, I did do a lot of hiring of executive and leaders. So I reach out to my network and say, hey, do you know a CFO, or do you know a HR person, or whomever it is? And then we hire the people that are really going to bring the company to the next level.
That's awesome. Now, it sounds so specialized. I love that it's specialized because I'm a niching coach, but tell me how you got into this.
So I'll just quickly as I can, but back up. When I was in my undergrad, I was actually wanting to get a degree in marketing, and all the classes were impacted. I couldn't get it. It would have been like a 7-year plan for me to get out of school. Luckily, that's not the case for the youngers now, from what I'm hearing. So I went to my counselor and said, okay, I have all these units. I want to graduate with my undergrad degree, but I can't be here forever. Where can I use my courses? So she's like, if you go into public administration, and then in public administration, I was asked to do an internship, and I ended up falling into the city of Chula Vista in their human resources department. So fast forward 30 years later, I spent the first 15 years of my career climbing the corporate ladder inside organizations across different industries, being their head of human resources, building their teams. And then in 2005, I ventured out on my own. So that just opened up the opportunity and, quite honestly, the flexibility for my schedule. And then I actually was able to remarry and have a child and work around my schedule.
That's awesome. Wow. What a life story. Now, tell us about the recent success that you've had.
Yes. So Friday, just a couple of days ago, we launched, me and 21 other authors, female entrepreneurs, CEOs, teachers, educators, healers. We wrote a book called Success Codes, and it's about the secrets you don't learn in school. Talking back about school, to how each and every person can define their own success. And so I'm thrilled to say that it's an international bestseller. And in multiple countries, in multiple categories. So this group of women, we are beside ourselves. And this tells you what can happen when you get the right people on the team and functioning in the right manner, right? So now we actually, a press release came out this morning, and 116 media outlets picked up the story about the book. All the proceeds for the book are going to a charity for mental health.
Oh, that's wonderful. Wow. This is so
really
much
exciting.
Yeah, congratulations. There's so much momentum now. So, I mean, especially during COVID, I would imagine. Now, how was your business affected during COVID?
So great question. And I haven't been asked this in a while. 2018, 2019, I decided to start hitting the stages. Like, I want to start sharing my 3 decades of experience and the stories that I have and the examples and the success of leaders that I've worked with. So I started hitting the stages all over the country. And even up until, I think it was the first week in March of 2020. And then as we don't even need to say what happened, the whole world shut down. So the stages shut down, the whatever. And in my particular case, my mom was in a nursing home and I was caring for her. And so I didn't pivot like a lot of people did to go online. Yeah. I simply couldn't. My son, he was in 3rd grade at the time. Oh. He is now working from home. I was always working from home. My husband's working from home. My mom needs care. And so I didn't pivot. So 2020 was like, and I was okay with it because I was positioned, in case there was something like this ever happened. Not this particular, nobody would have thought a pandemic, but I was positioned in case there was ever an emergency. So I was fine financially, but I never, I was kind of, my career, I just shelved it, closed the door of my office, like I'll visit it later. And now it is time to rock and roll.
Woohoo! Exactly, with all those media pickups and all the book coming out. Well, I'm very excited for you. So, I mean, let's get back to marketing. So tell me, what was your biggest marketing mistake?
So for me, I got really lucky early in my career because all of my business was based on referrals. But when I decided that I was going to leave the human resources compliance work, the writing of the handbooks, the managing of the policies and procedures on a day-to-day basis to others who find that they're really passionate about it still. And I wanted to start doing the speaking engagements, is when I realized nobody knows this is what I do. How can they refer me? And so I'm like, I think I need to market. Oh my gosh, what did I learn in the one class I took in college before I had to switch my major? I don't know anything about marketing. And so you are a very valuable commodity to people like me, right? We really need marketing folks. So now I realize, so my number one mistake was like comparing myself to others. And like, oh, this person's doing that. Maybe I need to do that. Maybe I do that. And you're chasing these shiny objects all over the place and spending a lot of time and energy that doesn't get you where you really need to be. So I would say that's my biggest mistake, trying to compare myself to others.
Well, thanks for getting naked.
Oh, so you want to talk about, that's what I was thinking, just recently came up. How do I get the attention on social media without literally getting naked? Because I'm too old for that. I mean, some of these girls look hot and they're smoking hot, and let them show their TNA. It's not me anymore. But I'm curious like that. How do you get the attention if you're not showing TNA?
Oh my God, you're hilarious. Well, there is the story. I don't know if you heard the story of the yoga instructor who, she was just doing yoga, classes online. And the only time she got viral was she peed herself by mistake. Yeah. So did you hear about that? It's so funny. That. And so she actually went viral, but no, we don't want you to, okay. As a marketer.
I'm not doing that either.
Yeah. I don't want you to
DNA or P. No, not me.
I promise you, there are very, very cool ways to get noticed. Yeah. Anyway, just trust me on that. Okay. I don't want you to trust you. I don't want you to go there. Yeah.
No.
So, what advice do you have for our viewers about marketing?
My advice would be to market yourself to be seen. Don't be afraid to let yourself be showcased. And a lot of people, perhaps, and I'm not going to make the assumption, are lacking some self-esteem, or a lot of people have that imposter syndrome. Mm-hmm. And if you have that, maybe you should be doing what you're really good at, because if you're really good at it, there's no imposter syndrome. You simply be you, show up. So I think that would be my advice. And then don't waste your time trying to do things yourself, and time trying to compare. Hire people who are experts like you are, who are experts in their field to do what they do best. Because that's I try to do so much running my business for 16 years. I try to wear all those hats. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And why do we do that? Why do you do that?
Just, it was all, so it might have something to do with the way I was raised, like save money. You can do it. You're smart enough. You can figure anything out, but you don't have to. There was a saying, right? Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, that's a good saying.
That's probably my advice. Hire the staff before you need them.
Absolutely. I love it. Okay. So how could people reach you, Jeannie?
So the best way would be on my website, Dynamism, DYNAMISM, leadership.com.
Very good. Well, I can vouch for the dynamic part, the dynamism part. This was a very dynamic interview. So thank you very much for being a guest, and good luck with all your book and your appearances.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you had me. Thank you.